today is the day I'm going to commit. Because what I discovered is that the Jusuru was driving the business, but I was resistant because I didn't want to get back in network marketing. And because Jusuru was driving it so strong, then I just decided that day that I'm going to surrender to the ride. And so if you find that you're resisting, then just let go. Because it's a no-gamer. It's a no-brainer, I should say. And what I realized being in natural health care for 36 some odd years is that this is a game changer. That what we have looked at previously in healthcare, what we have looked at previously in network marketing, is in the shadow of what Jusuru is going to be. The only way we can fail is to just drop out and not do it. And so I want to ask a couple of people in my organization if they would share their experience. But I'm going to tell this, Nancy, before I give her the mic. There's this woman in our organization, she's like 78, 79. Her name is Marge Lewis. And I've known Marge for at least 3 decades. And she was in basketball at 13 and she hurt her knee. And you know how people hurt something and they start favoring it so they learn how to walk without bending it? And then as she got older, she started bending like 90 degrees. So one day she came in, she's walking like this, and I just handed her these before and after pictures. And I said, Marge, take a look at this. This may help you. She said, I don't know what it is. Sign me up. Give me $2 right now. And for the first time in Marge Lewis's life that I've known her, in the 30 years I've known her, she's standing up straight. It just took 6 weeks. So this is what you have to know. If Marge is standing up straight, everybody on her bowling team, and she was a court reporter, she knows everybody in politics, everybody in law, everybody that knows Marge has always been over. So now that she's up straight, everywhere she goes, everybody wants to know what is she doing. So she's a walking testimonial for the power of regeneration with Jusuru. She can't help but build a business. And so that's what we're experiencing. And then I want to just hand it over to Empress, if you will. She doesn't want to talk, but she should just give it.
We're going to put Empress on the spot.
Thank you very much.
Empress is going to blow the roof off because for those of you who heard her on our call, give her testimonial, I had so many emails and so many text messages. Can you get her on another call? Do you think she'll do another call? So she was on Rod's call, then she was on our call, then she was on another call. Give it, girl.
Bless you. I don't know how many times I'm going to tell the story and not cry. But I'm going to try. Well, the story that I'm going to say is not my story, but my son's. I have to breathe a little bit because it is so amazing. I'm a mother, and you know, being a mother, you don't never want to get the call that your child is hurt. And 5 months ago, I got the call that my son was shot in New York. He's a bus driver, and on his day off, he got shot just being at the wrong place at the wrong time, looking for his grandfather. So I took the wings of the morning and I went to New York and met with the doctors. He was in tremendous trauma. And they told me that he wasn't going to walk again. He was crippled for life. Of course, I didn't claim that. And of course, I'm a holistic nurse and said to them, okay, give me 6 to 8 weeks with my son. And I didn't know at the time, because when I was introduced to Jusuru, it was in October, and I thought it was for me. But God had a different plan for me for Jusuru. And so I said, give me 6 to 8 weeks with my son, and I put a sign on the hospital door. I don't want no hospital food. I was going to plant myself in the hospital day and night, again, his dad and his family. And we stood there, and I brought in the case of Jusuru. I had Jusuru, I had chlorophyll, I had apple and water, natural foods. And I was giving it to my son. And they said, Miss Mrs. Matthews, you can't give your son wine in here. This is not wine, but here's a bottle. Go and look at it and tell me if I can't give my son this. And I kept, sometimes in the night I give it to him. I kept giving him a bottle a day. I said, Benji, keep drinking. No matter what they say, keep drinking the juice. And they told me that he was going to spend maybe about 2 months in the hospital because of how he was really swollen. And he spent 3 weeks in the hospital. And they said, okay. we have to move him to rehab. This is amazing. So then they move him to rehab. And then I kept giving him the juice and giving him the juice and giving him the juice because at this point, he's just loving the juice. And at the end of 6 weeks, they called me and my husband and my family and they retested him and they said, we don't know what's happening, but something amazing is happening to Benji. His nerves is regenerating. And he's 1 year to walk.